Okay, so here's the update. This is what day 3 we're going on. And yeah, the first day I came out here with Mike, and he called it off by 4 o'clock. And then, of course, I went to the jungle and camped out, and then pretty much ran out of water. So I came back too the following morning. Talked to the villagers, went back into town to download some of their language and screenshot it, because you can't download the Cambodian language on Google Translate. And then I went back there, and they basically, I guess they didn't want to come. They didn't really know the mountain that well, and they're farmers, they own the farm, and they need to work, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So then I came back into town hoping to find this girl's dad. And so Mike was back at the hotel, and we hung out and stuff. And then she said her dad was going to be, sometime back soon, but she didn't really know. So day 3, today, I went there, and this morning I was going to leave and go to the village and try to talk to him by myself, to another village near a waterfall, and see what they would say. But she said, well, my dad will be back later tonight. So I finally met this guy. And this guy is, he's a big man. And for one, I figured out the main story now. He didn't stay out there for 3 months straight. He came back about every week or two. So, which is quite stupid to me, but I do realize it's pretty difficult. And, he's saying the slopes are like this, and I mean, they are. And, I have brand new Morel shoes or whatever. I mean, they're dusty but hopefully they last. We'll see. But I have some sandals, and if not that, then I have my own feet. I walked around Papua New Guinea barefooted. But I talked to him today about the whole thing, and let me kind of rephrase to you about what I think about it. I mean, as far as this political matter, I don't know how many people really know about there was 2 flights that went down that year, and the first one was supposedly shot down in Cambodia by like a rocket from Russia, or American made, or something like Russian made, or something like that, and they try to blame it on the Russians or Ukraine or some shit. And then this one, I think personally it got shot too, but the plane didn't land in the ocean because this beacon would go off. In about 10 inches of water, this beacon would go off. So it doesn't make no sense to me why they're searching in the ocean, wasting millions and millions of dollars. But believe me, if I find this fucking plane, I'm going to be asking for about 150 million, especially if I find this black box, because that's the key, that's the answer. But anyways, regardless, I'm gonna give these villages so much millions, half and half for all I care. I'm not greedy with money, and I'm very fair. And anyways, so what I think, is that this political matter with the plane, and they shot it down. Not only the reason why they shot it down was, but I heard and read that there was a whole bunch of Huawei, the cell phone manufacturer, Huawei or whatever it's called, had a team of like scientists, of engineers that went down on this second plane. So, not only is it such a huge political matter, it's a political matter with this whole 5G, and I would like to explain that too in this little video that I'm going to do. I'm going to talk for about maybe 10 minutes, 12 minutes or so. And so this whole 5G, they're trying to blame it all on, oh, 5G is bad for you and this and that. Well, it might be, 4G is too. But the real reason why I think that they're trying to prolong that it's bad is because this 5G is like triple faster and has triple the range of 4G. And I don't know if you know, but the new generation of armies are going to be robots. I mean, Terminator is already in the making. China has warehouses full of robots that are being programmed right now. And this is why Trump is all on, trying to get a space force and shit, because he's trying to shut these things down, because America, of course, has to rule the world and everything, right? Well, China's already stepping up, if not ruling already, especially in the military intervention programs that's going on. And this 5G that China, by next year, is supposed to take over. And these 5Gs, when these robots can be controlled by that just means the army of these robots can go 3 times further and 3 times faster, than any other thing. And the thing about the whole Spartan Islands and the China Sea and the islands dispute over there, I'll tell you the real story. What I believe is fiber optic cables is what controls the internet in the world, not satellites. It's fiber optic cables, and they're huge. They're 2-3 feet diameter cables that are run through the ocean, massively connecting every country to country. And China, with this 5G in Huawei, is all connecting all these cables. Their main headquarters, their main database is under these islands. And you can Google it and research it and look up some of this stuff, and you'll begin to kind of connect the dots and see why America and Australia and everyone else is, trying to shut this down. Because once they get this, America's doomed. Let alone if the dollar crashes or anything else. But America's army would be nothing if you're fighting Terminators. So that's just my little thing. And I will say another thing about movies. Everyone thinks, oh, Hollywood's Hollywood, it's just fake and fake. Well, bullshit. Because the human mind cannot draw something unless it actually sees it. This is the truth. There's no other way around it. So, physically, emotionally, spiritually speaking, there's nothing that somebody can just draw out of thin air. You can't get a blind man to draw a bat or a tiger if it never seen one. It's impossible. Okay? Impossible. And these movies are subliminal messages, sent out for our future. I mean, we can look at movies 40, 50 years ago where people have cell phones in their hands, and these cars that, run off of computers and stuff, I mean, what's the movie called with, Fox is his name as the actor, whatever the movie's called, I can't remember. Very famous movie. But this is all pre-programmed stuff that people, know about. These higher ups know about, and they sell this information to Hollywood and the Universal Studios and stuff like this, and they make these movies, and then everyone thinks, oh, it's just fake, it's just Hollywood, oh, blah blah blah, and then 30 years down the road, everyone forgets about it, and then voila, it appears, all this stuff. Ooh, we have cell phones this tiny, and chips, and and everything else. We have beacons on black boxes this big that can read 1,000 foot in depth of the oceans. Like, come on, people, wake up. So anyways, I met this guy finally, and he's going to bring me out to a village tomorrow and try to get a couple people for me. And I'm going to go out there. Now, the problem is the last people that came out here, he knows about all this too. He knows about all the foreigners that came out here. I mean, they're pretty well aware about this. So luckily, I guess I landed right in the right town and stuff to figure all this out. But the other foreigners that came out here, they got paid because the guy that found this on Google Maps, I can't remember his name, Wilkinson or something like this, he found it, and then he paid a group of like 3 or 4 people to come out here. And they came out here, and I guess one of them got hurt like the 3rd or 4th day or something and had to retreat. But they came out here and, like most missionaries do, and ruin everything else for all the other people. They just paying them $100 a day. And it's like, man, these people literally make $150, $200 a month, working 100 hours a week. And you come out here and you pay that. So that was a big disturbance for me, because I don't have that kind of money. You know, I'm literally living on like $800 a month, and you know, renting out my house and stuff, and very it's not that much money, you know, after food and traveling and, you know, buying stuff, clothes, and, you know, passport fees and this and that, blah blah blah. It adds up quick. But you know, I live okay. But anyways, you know, this is a nice hotel here, $7.50, and you know, fan. The AC is if you get the AC, it is like $12 or something. But I'm just got the fan going. And so, anyways, I'm almost like begging this guy, you know, like, hey, I can pay like $15, $20 a day, basically what I'm paying for a hotel, and a little extra, you know, I can pay, you know, I can afford that. So he said that he's gonna bring me out to the village and hopefully talk to him and stuff and see how it goes. So I gotta wake up super early in the morning, and we're gonna head out, and you know, so wish me luck, and I hope that I can get it. And you know, I rented a bike in Phnom Penh from this scooter company for $80 a month. It's pretty cheap. It's called